Brigitte, a long time ago, life was very different than it is now. You remember traveling a lot to a certain settlement in the forest, where someone you met in the forest lives. They're very dear to you. How long have you known this person by now?
I think about 4-5 years.
It's been some time. And although you live somewhere else, you often make the travel through the woods, which can take a long time to go visit her. Sometimes this settlement changes because it reflects the season that it's currently in. And sometimes throughout the years, everything becomes brighter and bloominger, but sometimes it becomes a bit more sorrow because it's the autumn season. But it's a lively time of the year right now, and you are wandering through the woods, and you can already, in the distance, see the settlement. The settlement, as you know it, is Vaelith Rúnvalla. And your special someone is called a bloom child, and set to one day inherit this settlement. Because although luminary do not reproduce like other races, they are born from nature. There's of course still a system of hierarchy, but much more personal. So you are making your way to effectively the palace of Vaelith Rúnvalla. But of course you will arrive first in the settlement. You would be arriving from where your mini is now. Describe yourself at this moment in time as you're preparing for yet another lovely visit.
I think Brigitte would look a little less rough around the edges. She still has that like stronger feminine vibe, but she has some softer sides to her. She walks a little bit more gracefully than how she does now, a little less stubborn.
A time without scars.
Exactly.
A time in where both arms are much more attuned to nature. You are arriving in the settlement, where it's been some time, but a new statue has been placed in the center. From where you are arriving now, the large palace, you can see it slightly bit further in the distance. Always gorgeous here. While your town is a bit different than this place, the people who live here have decided to take some of the architectural inspirations from humanity who lives here too. So it is combining modern housing with nature. What do you do?
And I see that there's a new statue.
You would see it.
I would walk the path and just walk up to the statue, just admire it for a moment before continuing.
And as many of the other statues in your settlement as well, they always have this glowing spark. And of course you know who's represented on this, although there's someone else as well. The guardian, the protector, Silverix, the dragon lord of Bark. Who's that other creature on its shoulder? This moment in time, you have no answer for that. But they carry a book, and they seem to be pointing into a direction where The Dragon Lord is also looking. And of course, as always, the little spark of light in the palm of Silverix's hand, claw. What do you do?
First, I'm looking at the plaque on the bottom to see if there's a plaque.
There is no plaque, but you can get a little bit of a closer look. It's clear there's a young fox, boy, child, sitting and pointing into a direction. You've not seen anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not at the moment just looking at that direction to see if it's actually pointing at something or if it's just a statue.
Look into the other direction. Of course, this settlement has one tree that always changes in each season. And right now it's in bloom, it's in spring. And it is the core of this settlement that connects all the way back to Yggdrasil. It seems to be pointing that direction, but it's not really pointing at it. It's not really pointing at anything.
I think she would just look at it for a moment, just admire it. But she doesn't get an answer out of it, where it's if it's pointing at something in particular, and she would just slowly move on.
Would you move immediately to the palace?
Or
would you linger?
Unless I see somebody walking around that I know, or see something happening, I'll just...
Well,
I'm not rushing, but I'm just slowly...
You've made trips to this settlement. Would you have gotten to know the people besides your special someone?
Yeah, it's not everyone. It's just... well, not the more important people, but the more... what's called artisans and merchants, those kind of people.
Why don't you name me a skill or a type of merchant?
A blacksmith.
A blacksmith? A luminary blacksmith? I think that, of course, a blacksmith in this settlement is more akin to an arcane woodscrafter.
Yeah.
At some point you wander a little bit to the side of the settlement, and you know what? You decide to make a visit to one of your friends. Well, acquaintances. Why don't you tell me a name? If you can't come up with something, tell me an identity.
Solara.
Solara?
And it is a luminary, wood tinkerer, blacksmith, kind of like
arcane woodscrafter, craftsman, or
yeah.
She or they?
Yeah, kind of both.
They are working on some kind of special kind of bow. And it seems to be a very delicate process. As you can see that at the moment that they are currently placing small little gem incantations into the edge, while also making like a song tune. You recognize the kind of song. It is connected to Yggdrasil. At some point the incantation stops as they kind of like little beads of like little gemstones place themselves into the bow. And then they look up to you.
That's... Yeah, you really are really good at what you do.
Thank you.
Is it for someone special, or?
Actually, I'm making a gift for the royal family of Arnewind.
Oh?
Yes, things have been a bit more troublesome, and we want to show good favor.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking of a personalized gift. I've heard that one of the lords is favorable of hunting, and while hunting deems its proper respects and its way, I've seen that this lord has the right way of treating nature.
Yeah, the right mindset to do this. Yeah.
Yes. So we're all a part of nature. Everything is part of a cycle.
Yeah.
And it deserves respect. And those who treat it with respect, I treat with respect as well.
It's lovely.
I believe that settlement, yes. He's currently residing in Fallowbray. I believe so. But thank you. What brings you here today, Brigitte?
I
Ah,
visit.
I've seen you two wander.
Yeah. It's quite obvious. Yeah.
Well, I suppose she still must be training at the moment. But you could always see with the Elder Bloom. I must really finish up this incantation.
Yeah, no, sorry, go ahead. I think I'll just meet up with her.
Lovely.
Sorry.
Until next time, Brigitte.
Bye.
As they greet and then start to almost sing again to continue the rest of the incantation. A little bit of trouble, apparently. Well, we'll figure it out. Are you making your way to the palace?
Yeah, she was practicing, did you say? Or what
they said that they were probably practicing still.
But that would be somewhere outside.
In the palace?
Then I'll just head up.
Alright. You wander a bit further and arrive at the beautiful Bloom Palace. It's always stunning this time of year. In front of it, this gorgeous, smaller tree surrounded by water that almost moves on its own, with these white leaves. Always stunning. You can just feel the pulse. As when you step towards it, you can just feel the vines on your arm almost wanting to respond to it. What do you do?
I think as I walk up to it, is it because it's in a small pond? Am I able to reach it with my hand, or is it a little bit too far away?
You're large. You could reach it. Of course, you have to bend over a little bit.
Yeah, I think for the moment I would just stand in front of it, close my eyes, and just touch it for a brief moment.
And as you touch it, you can just feel the heart pulse. And everything, every part of nature is interconnected. I think you could even sense your own home from here. You can even see and kind of lay out the path you've wandered, and perhaps even visualize the actual footsteps and travel that you took to get to here. What do you do now?
I think Brigitte will stand there for just a moment and then open her eyes again. And
roll me a d20.
19.
All right. And when you open your eyes, you see that someone is already standing next to you. You recognize this person. For all intents and purposes, their caretaker. Humans would describe it as a motherly role. This character is, of course, a motherly role to all. Elder Bloom Ivadril. when you open your eyes, she stands next to you. Currently wearing in these white and pink little blossoming leaves, this coat, while wearing a large headpiece resembling a stag or a deer. While there's a floating book nearby with a very intricate red feather. What do you do?
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
Is this how you address effectively a queen?
Yeah, that's queen. I'm always a little bit awkward, so...
Well, considering that you said that it's been 4 or 5 years...
He's also a little bit acquainted with her.
In luminary years is of course very different. So how would you describe your relationship to her?
It is still very much a power difference. She's way above me, especially. But they have been growing more towards each other, but it just takes longer than just a mother and a...
As you have said, you are indeed much lower ranked. How would your relationship be with her? Would she look down upon you? Would she embrace who you are? Would she be hesitant compared to the personality that your special someone has? That is up for you to decide.
She doesn't give like a vibe of I look down upon this person and this person, but you. She is very like I respect everyone and I expect the same towards me, but a little more than I give it to you because I'm good. That kind of like boundary that she gives off. Yeah, and furthermore, I think she does see Brigitte as someone she has met plenty of times, and but I think it's still a little. It's not awkward. It's just not quite there yet. The familial.
It's still very early. I see. And then she looks at you. What do you say? Elder Bloom Ilvadril is her name.
Yeah, I think she's still a little bit like I'm not gonna make full eye contact with her because just a little nervous talk. Elder Bloom, sorry. I wanted to meet Isolea, so that's why I'm here.
I see. How was your journey?
Sure, it just went well, and yeah, it's beautiful.
As you address her so casually, behind her near the palace entrance, one of the guards is like, and like for a moment he glances, like.
Yeah, but it is just very awkward, and especially against someone this high up, she just doesn't know how to fully.
But I think that there is an expression that you can see on her face of someone being real with her, in the sense that as effectively a queen, she always has to be strict, everything has to be arranged, everything has to be prepared, and you are just yourself.
Yeah, I'm not treating her as a queen, I'm just treating her as a normal person.
Yeah.
Who is a lot higher, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see. So, Brigitte, you've known Isildia for some time by now.
Yeah, I mean, like 4, 5 years now.
To be young again. Well, as you know, she is still very much preparing for the ceremony of lawns, and, well, you have arrived a little early, but, well, I cannot blame you for that.
Can I do something for you in the meantime, or?
Well, actually, Is there some? No. As when you say, "Can I do something for you?" Like one of the guards immediately steps towards her. It's like, "Elderbloom, is there something I can be of your assistance with?" She kind of like side eyes, and like, "I don't think so. But if you would like to see Isildia, she is of course in the forest. So you can either find your way herself as she's still busy, or if you want, I could point you in the right direction."
I mean, she's a light of her own, so I think I will be able to find her.
All right. Are you sure?
Kind of just like, did I just say that? That's weird. Yeah, I will just, walk along the trees and I'll probably will find her.
All right. Let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, and otherwise I'll just scream her name. Maybe that will help.
Maybe you should not do that. We wouldn't want to upset the trees now.
Yeah, that was a poor joke.
You hear like an actual laugh coming from her. As like immediately the other guard was like, "Something the matter?" No, Brigitte Interlude made a joke. The guard just looks at you.
Yeah, that was a joke.
And then you notice that the feather also like moved. It responded to your statement. And you could swear you could hear a male voice laugh as well. Which is a little odd considering that the two guards that she has are also more feminine looking. So there is no male someone around.
Yeah, she would take note of it, but she is not to question the lady, so she would just let it go, but she will keep it in her mind that something was laughing.
Well, where do you go? You have no idea because she didn't specifically tell you where, and this forest is large.
I think Isolde and I have been into the forest together a couple of times, and we know the nice spots, but there are too many spots to pick. So I think I will walk in one direction, just look at her, look at the Elder Queen or Elderbloom for a moment, and then just walk into the forest.
You'll walk into the forest. In your first stop, you visit the waterfall, not that far from the settlement. Always a lovely spot. You've probably been there many times. But you don't see her there. A little bit further, looking over into the valley. And very far in the distance, you can even recognize a small human settlement that is kind of like being surrounded by part of this forest. Can't sense or feel her into this direction either. What do you do?
I think I would just walk a little bit further, visit the spots that we like to go, and hope for the best.
Tell me one of those spots and the memory associated with it.
It's a little pond with a huge tree next to it, basically looking out over the pond.
Mm-hmm.
And Isolde and Brigitte have been cozying up next to that tree, just watching over the water and
Listening to the voice of nature.
and talking to each other.
But still no sign of her. Where could she be?
Yeah, I really should have asked where she.
You can make the travel back, of course.
Yeah, I would take the long road, see a couple more spots, and then just walk backwards. See if she may have returned.
No. Not in that direction. Not into that direction. And of course, there is a part of the forest that nobody is allowed to enter, except, of course, the family. But you wouldn't expect her to be there now, and you cannot enter that grounds without blessings. So, you go to yet another one of the smaller little spots. Also not there. Maybe you should have taken up on the Elder Bloom's suggestion.
Yeah, I think Brigitte is realizing that she should have just asked, that she should have been more talkative and also get to know the Elder Bloom more. Because she's kind of, every time she meets her, kind of nervous about saying something stupid.
Makes sense. What do you do?
I think she would start heading backwards towards the castle.
And when you arrive back into the castle, like 2 hours have passed, and the Elder Bloom is still at the same spot at the tree, and she is already looking at you when you arrive, with a bit more of a bigger grin on her face. There's something mischievous in her eye.
I would walk up to her, kind of. I realized that I should have asked for directions.
It's always nice to see you struggle a bit.
Yeah.
She holds her hand in front of her mouth, and you pick up on the fact, did she do this on purpose?
So, is she somewhere? Could you point me in the right direction because I'm lost?
Well, Brigitte, she is in the sacred grove, and I appreciate that you didn't step onto grounds before asking for our blessing. She says our, not mine.
Yeah, I would never do that on my own. So.
Well, I appreciate that, so I will point you in the right way. Extend your hand, please. And as you extend your hand, the little feather quill that moves around moves a little bit forward towards you. And you've received this blessing once before to enter the sacred grove for another important thing. Only once. When one of the elders of this town moved on to rejoin the rest of the luminary in the dream. And of course, there will be a time in where Sylvia might take over for her. But that's still long away. As you reach out your hand, beneath the trees where twilight calls, soft winds stir where shadow falls, by leaf and Flame by fading gleam. Step forth, legend. Live your dream. As she is then joined, as the feather glows up and starts to slowly take shape. A large, huge male avatar appears, covered by leaves, with a huge bow and a very particular little hat. Robin, will you point Brigitte into the right direction?
Is this something I've seen before, this avatar?
You know, of course, that many of the luminary at some point undergo the ceremony of bonds, in where they are given, or that a partner chooses them. Sometimes it's earlier in life, sometimes it's later in life. It depends a bit on the luminary clan or family. It's for everyone different. Some luminary don't even get it anymore. Long ago, more than 250 years before this time, it was said that every luminary had a partner. But nowadays, only most of the royals or chosen families have one. And of course, these spirits are protectors and guardians, and they come in many different forms. And she just addressed them, or him, as they have a very interesting moustache, as Robin. It's always a sight to see in blue sparkles, kind of like you feel a pulse, and it feels right.
Yeah. And it's kind of like in that state of, it's not real, but it's also not fake. It's kind of like...
It's like a living specter.
Yeah.
They move their eyes while they are glowing blue. There is this sense of realness to it.
Yeah. I think I'll just take a slight bow of appreciation of both of them. And then I'll just look at Robin to kind of wait for...
As the specter slowly moves a bit further away, and go on, follow after him.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Album. And then she would
No problem, Brigitte.
just walk off, just frank like.
As you then leave her and follow him into the sacred grove, where you then arrive a bit further deeper into the forest. You would be arriving from the path ahead. At some point, wait, let me see. Yes. At some point, the spirit starts to almost like walk instead of float. They don't speak, they don't say anything, but there is a sense of calm coming from them.
Yeah, there's no awkward silence. It's just...
The voice of nature speaks. And at some point, they turn to face you, and then they slowly fade. As you see in the distance, sitting near a large rock, painting and sketching with this ink on a large rock. What do you do when you see them?
I think...
She had probably not spotted you yet.
I think I would just walk. I'm not sneaking, but I'm not announcing myself. I'm just walking up, see if she spots me, and if not, I would just stand 20, 30 feet away, just admiring her for a moment and what she's doing.
Of course, wearing the luminary gowns wearing this beautiful necklace. On her clothing, this like little bit of like a gemstone in the form of like a clover. Of course, the headpiece with the green stones, and the lilies of the valley a little bit further away in her hair. When you approach, it is up to you to tell me if she would sense you, or if she would be currently absorbed into her work. You can decide her personality.
Yeah, I think I would stand in like that spot where it's in the opening, and I think Brigitte would be like, she's not noticing me. I'm just gonna admire her from a distance, and she is kind of like very aware that I'm standing behind her, kind of like already sensing my presence. But I think she would just continue for the moment and just do her thing, see how this plays out.
Currently, they're sketching something akin to the shape of like a fox, but larger than life. It's very huge. And like they are looking out on towards a field. And did she just draw horns on them? Or is it like more a headpiece? And of course, she has sensed you, but she must finish this, of course. It would be disrespectful not to.
Can I see? Yeah, you answer my question, but this is not the same fox as the one on the statue.
No. But once again, it is another one that is walking on two legs. But there are no foxes that walk on two legs.
Yeah, and not wearing clothing and things like that. That's just absurd.
And now looking a little further. A headpiece. And at some point, and then turns to face you. How would she respond? How would you respond? That is for you to tell me.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen a two-legged fox in my life, but after today I've seen two, so. And why? It is beautiful, but
I am not sure. As she immediately reaches out for your hands.
Yeah, just walk up to her
and like instantly when you make that physical connection, it feels right. You feel immediately that pulse, that vibrant as the gemstones glow, and like you can even see like one of the flower kind of reinvigorate itself. This feels as it should, as right, as good. I'm not sure. I have the idea that I dreamt about them. And yes, they remind me of the stories of the Elder Bloom that has told them many times, and of Robin. I wonder if they might be my partner, or maybe someone else, something else. But to imagine a fox walking on two legs.
Yeah, and with a fascinating headpiece and clothing.
I'm not sure, actually. Is it a headpiece or are they horns?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, maybe in due time you can ask this fox.
Maybe. It might just be my imagination. Perhaps I'll have an entirely different partner.
I mean, I can be your partner. Like, in a spirit after sense, you know.
As she kind of like for a moment then gets up because she was like kneeling down, and for a moment like, it's good to see you again. What do you do as you are alone in the sacred grove?
I think it's also a little bit of admiring this place.
Mm-hmm.
Since the last time it was not the most fun visit, it was more like a ceremony. So this time it's kind of like, now I can really look at this place and see the beauty of it. And of course look at
The drawing.
the drawing and looking at her, just seeing the smile on her face, the glitter in her eye, just appreciating the moment of this valley, this.
A moment you could live in forever. Well, are you hungry?
I mean, I could eat. I'm starving.
I was already assured of that answer. So I brought your favorite, as she reaches to the little basket. And what is, in this moment in time, Brigitte's favorite thing to lunch?
Immediate at McDonald's. I was like, they don't have McDonald's.
Well, I can work with that if you want.
It is kind of like a soup, like a potato stew-ish. It is very normal and totally not something the Elder Bloom or her or any of them would just regularly eat.
No, because potatoes are more of a human thing.
Yeah, it's not something for a royal ish family.
No, it's different because that is more agricultural. It's probably something that Brigitte and Iseldea tried once in that human settlement a bit further out. And they're, of course, from the fields. And Brigitte was like, oh, sure. And was like, this stuff is good.
That's good. Yeah.
And there was that one stall that fried them, like in a very big pot. And like, a little bit salt on it.
Yeah, cheese, that was so good.
A little bit of cheese. Well, I've brought your favorite. As she, like, for a moment, snaps her fingers, and like these two little bowls, like, float mid-air, and like they place themselves onto that little table that she has there, which is just a transfigurated rock, but as well.
Yeah, I could just eat you up, but I'm not. I'm gonna eat these fries, these potatoes. Yeah. And she would just start kneeling down, and then standing up, and waiting for her to kneel down, and then she would just sit next to her, kind of like still in that. What do I do? Moment of phase of like, she's just not. She is not acclimated to
this.
To this.
As she then says, I hope that we can still have these moments. But you see a bit of a worried expression. As normally would say, she wouldn't say, I hope we can have these moments. Yeah. There's a bit of worry in that statement.
I think Brigitte would know like the meaning of it and the responsibility that she will carry in times to come. But yeah, I mean, you will have plenty of food, plenty of people to hang around with, plans to organize, things to do. So you probably don't even have time to go into the forest and eat a human potato stew.
But do not go to the forest. Are you saying that we won't be meeting that often?
I mean, if you're busy, I mean...
As she then for a moment reaches out her hand. I will always make time for you, right? Mm-hmm. She's still with her hand there.
I'm just kind of and just looking at her hands, just kind of like accepting that it might not be fully truthful of Isildair, but more of like a hopeful way of saying we'll have these moments more.
Yeah.
But it's more like, no, that you probably will be too busy.
But then you notice that there's like a cut on her hand.
I'm just looking at what is from doing all the painting, and that would be weird. But
I can never hide anything from you, can I?
Well, you just gave me your hand with the cut on it.
I didn't even think about it. No, I got it in town. I was at that farmer where I got some of the tomatoes and some of the potatoes, and it was a bit odd. Of course, the people there, they respect me, and they're always so grateful when I visit. But there was this one man, I think he was from the army, and he was really concerned with my presence there. And at some point he moved towards me a bit threateningly, and one of the farmers, they kind of like for a moment pushed me back in to protect me, and I scratched myself on one of their boxes. So, and then they pushed that guard away, and I didn't want to disturb them, but he was angry at me. And like the other farmers, they defended me, but they didn't tell me why. There is some unrest.
This guard is he's from this place, right?
No, from the army, from the human army. I think he was traveling from further up north.
Why would he?
I don't know.
Have you told the Elder Bloom?
No. If I would do that, well, she would probably only get worried. So I didn't.
Well, I mean, if you get almost attacked on the streets, I might suggest telling the Elder Bloom. I can do it too, but I'm still a little awkward when I see a doctor.
Let's not ruin the moment. I'll think about it, okay? I've just finished up this painting anyways. So, shall we head to the flower fields?
Sounds lovely.
Well, first finish your potato soup.
And just kind of like... Brigitte does realize that she has to eat a little bit more formally, being in the presence of such grace. But when she is in the mood and it's good food, then she sometimes, just licking the bowl, just like taking every scoop out of it.
And like you can just see her, like just get a blush on her face from you being so direct.
Yeah, and embodied by the presence of royalty next to me. Just kind of like, I'm used to sitting in like kind of like in the army or with like 12 bottles, kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of like fast eating. So she's not entirely used to slowing down and enjoying the moment.
But you can also see that she kind of appreciates that realness. Because, of course, everyone around her treats her like an idol. And she just wants to be herself. And with you, she can be that. As some point, when you do this, and she laughs, and she... Oh, I'm so sorry.
Wow. Yeah, no one is around that will shame you if you do that.
But the birds will hear everything. What if they tell the elder bloom?
Then say that it was me. I don't know. I'll burp all the time.
I can't blame you for everything.
You blame me for other things?
No. Of course not. Of course not.
Sure.
Of course I didn't blame you that one time that you accidentally thought that our garden, that you could just cut down that tree.
I thought, it was taking up direct sunlight and it could have... Yeah, that was my bad.
It's okay, it's okay.
Are your mother forgiven? Or elder? Or
Well,
Has she forgiven?
I suppose so. If Mother didn't do anything weird, I think she'll probably have forgiven you. As then you're reminded by the fact that the Elder Bloom let you wander around for 2 hours and then she just pointed you in the right direction.
Yeah, no, she will probably have forgiven me, right?
And she then gets up. Shall we head to the flower field?
Do we need to, take these?
I can teach you a few spells. There is this one spell that helps you to be even more quiet in the forest. Shall I teach you?
That sounds lovely.
I'll teach you after we've gone to the flower field.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
As she then gets up, but I can tell you about it. It is called Pass Without Trace. It's a very practical spell. If you ever need to be very quiet to not disturb the animals. And who knows, if you ever see like a foxman walking on 2 legs, it could also be very useful.
And it would have also been fun to use it sneaking up to you.
You can't sneak up to me. You cannot sneak up to a bloom child.
I mean, I could always try.
Well, first you'll have to master the spell. As you have made your way to the flower fields. As she then looks into your direction, and around her, so many little lilies of the valley. As you notice that during the walk, one of the lilies that was in her hair had fallen off. So there's now like a gap. But she doesn't notice. What do you do?
I think once we arrive there and just look over the place, over the valley, over the field, just look at it for a moment and be like, didn't you have 4 flowers in your hair?
Huh?
Did one of them fall?
Oh, I guess it did.
I'm not gonna pluck them because last time I did something to the,
Why don't we find the beautiful one together then?
like on the ground, like already did that already fallen off, or do I just?
Well, we could always conjure one together.
I forget that magic exists. I know how to walk fast.
Come, sit. Come, sit.
She just laughs at her just dumb joke and just sit next to her.
As she then asks for your hands, as the two of you, like, she places a hand, you place a hand, she places a hand, and then you place a hand. And then there's a fifth hand. No. As now try to focus. Imagine a flower, and I'll do the rest.
No, I'm just having my eyes closed and just so one of these.
Whatever flower you want.
Just go back to my car. Just look, or close your eyes. Think about the lily of the valley. Just think really hard.
Is there something special about this particular lily of the valley that you are imagining? Is it glowing? Is it big? Is it shiny? Are the leaves in like another shape?
I think because they are more rare, that they're very, very softish pink.
Softish pink. As you conjure it, I can see it. I can see what you're seeing. Always calms my mind how you see the world. And when you for a moment close your eyes as well, then open your hands, open your eyes. There it is. What do you do now?
Well, I mean, you're way better with hairstyling and decorating yourself. Why don't you do it while I just admire you from a distance?
As she then picks the flower and is about to put it in your hair, in her hair, and then she moves to your hair and she places it just near a few of the branches next to your hair. Then she taps it and more start to grow. But then out of a sudden, from a bit further away, you hear like an explosion happening. As the two of you are like, what's happening? And that's where that scene for now ends.
I think Brigitte's first instinct would be like
to shield her.
To shield her from the sound that direction is coming from. But yeah.
And whatever that explosion was, perhaps we'll see that another time.